Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk Events and Media, and we have just finished a panel on the talent gap and in our industry and what are we going to do about that. It was moderated by Chris Kent, Pentagon Freight, who I have here in the studio with me. Welcome.
Hi, nice to meet you.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good. So tell us a little bit about the panelists. You had a pretty diverse group.
We did have a diverse group. We had a manufacturer representative, a lawyer, and an EPC contractor, plus myself. I'm a project freight forwarder.
Excellent. All right, so with that diverse group, certainly everyone had a different perspective, and we'll be talking to your panelists. But where did they agree?
I think we agreed that at the moment a talent gap can be expected, but there isn't one yet. But,
oh, really?
Okay. But we feel that maybe some blockages in the system where people are hanging in, and the youngsters are not getting, if you like, middle-aged in their roles. They're kind of stuck back, and I think that's where the system will hit first. And also we discussed about nationalization of personnel within various industries throughout the Gulf, especially, where there'll be a challenge to bring those guys in and train them up as well.
Why is that?
It's becoming a legal requirement in many countries to have a certain percentage of personnel from their national origin, which is correct, of course. It should be that way. It's also sad that there should be legislation to push it. But I think overall it will be a good thing, but in the short term there's going to be people coming in who are a little bit untrained and unseasoned for the jobs.
Yeah, and whose responsibility is that to train these people?
I think it's the employers. We have to do it, and we have to commit to it, and we have to spend money doing it. But then of course we need to find a way to retain these people once they become assets rather than be somebody else's target.
Right, I heard mention of no poach sort of clause, if you will. Is that a problem?
It can be, it always has been in our industry. Everybody always gravitates up to the highest payer. So you start off with your logistics people at the bottom, and then they flow through and upwards to the project owner's client base. Okay. Because that's where the bigger bucks are.
Ah, all right. Well, it's kind of human nature, isn't it?
It is.
So what do we do about that?
Well, what as a forwarder like we do is that we offer training and opportunity for people. We also offer full employment terms, whereas a lot of the people that move out and upwards through the industry, they just go to contract employment. So they get a short-term increase in day rate, but in an American term, little or no health care and benefits, right. Yes, which they have to provide for themselves. So there's a trade-off.
Interesting. All right, so you said that the consensus was not a real gap, not a big gap right now, but when might we expect to see a shortage?
Well, looking at the statistics which were given to me during the discussion, it's quite clear that the baby boomers are approaching retirement age. Some of them hung in at that age during the last upswing in the oil industry, but I think a lot of them are fed up with the boom and bust situation. So I think we're definitely not going to see the level of 60-somethings hanging in there for much longer when the opportunity to retire comes along.
Well, thank you so much. I think that you're really bringing some awareness to this issue, and we appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Great, thanks, Chris.
Cheers.